Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today. This is my last video in 2024. So I want to share with you one of my poems that is featured in Healing Verses Volume 2. The title of my poem is To My Enemies. The title of my poem is To My Enemies. This is Healing Verses Volume 2. Healing Verses Volume 2. The poem I'm about to share with you is featured in Healing Verses Volume 2. So if you want to buy one of my books, feel free to go on Amazon and order your own copy. This is Healing Verses Volume 1. Healing Verses Volume 1, and this is Healing Verses Volume 2. And this is Healing Verses Volume 3. Healing Verses Volume 3. Healing Verses Volume 4 will be released on the 6th of January 2025. So if you want to buy any of my books, just go on Amazon and order your own copy. But if you're struggling with an online purchasing, you can DM me, inbox me, so that I will make it possible for you to own one of my books. So right now I'm going to read you this poem that is featured in Healing Verses Volume 2. It's titled To My Enemies. You can draw out all your weapons of wars and drive against me all your evil armies. But I'm driven by the beloved of wheel winds, and I'm protected by the divine patrons of heavens. You may wield your lightning swords to induce my fright, and then abhor your wicked soldiers and brandish guns by night. But my soul is covered in the glory as it watches its foes from the hills, where it eternally glides in the constellation and divine decree to align the stars. Then the hovering hosts sing and dance in the moon until the sunlight blinds adversaries and destroys wicked energies that seek to break God's wings and light through conspiracies. To my enemies, all my foes shall be blessed in whole and be enlightened out of dark evil cage. They shall drill pearls into their own souls and drive evil forces to the doors of their evil poles. When battles persist, may the enemies escape their own tools, their hatred that bring peace to themselves to end their violent flames, until their hidden nightmares secrets are revealed beyond ploys of witchcraft, through which they create evil incidents that leave my whole family in the gutters. I pay divine homage to God as I write this poem, for He is fortress to keep me in His hand. As heaven had opened the straight gate through God's omniscience and led me to my shield. Apologies for the noise. I'm hanging with my sons in the carport, so I'm outside and they are playing around. So this is actually the last poem I will be sharing with you in the form of a video in 2024. But I will be sharing written stuff throughout the festive season, until the beginning of 2025, January. Remember, I said my fourth poetry volume will be released on the 6th of January 2025. So as a poet, I don't have a break, because poetry lives in my spirit. Poetry is my life. Poetry encourages me, to do a whole lot of things that I thought I would never do in my lifetime. So poetry doesn't allow me to take break, but in the form of the videos this is my last video in 2024. Then I will start again doing videos in 2025, in the beginning of 2025. You know, and in 2025, just after the release of my 4th poetry volume, I will focus on my 5th book. 5th book, which will be don't do this, please. Leave Lwengos alone. There's enough space. There's enough space here. Okay, there are many chairs. Those are some of the chairs you can use. Okay. So then in the beginning of 2025, I will focus on the 5th book, which is not based on poetry, you know, but it's based on township psychology. Because I've realized that there are so many things that many people need to know about the township dynamics. So I'm going to share with you in the form of a book the dynamics of the township or townships, particularly the townships that are found in South Africa. People need to understand the psychology of the townships in order for all of us to be able to handle the challenges, the problems, and the conflicts that we find in our townships, in our spaces, you know, and also it will help the people who have never been in the townships, you know, and the people who are running businesses in the townships, people who are coming from outside to work in the townships, and the people who were born in the townships, who think they know the township, you know, but there are certain elements